Hello students, in the previous video I discussed the Java fundamentals used to write a Java program. In this video I am going to discuss the conditional statements used in Java. The conditional statements used in Java are if statement, which is used to specify a block of code to be executed if a specified condition is true. Else statement to specify a block of code to be executed if the same condition is false. Else if to specify a new condition to test if the first condition is false. Switch statement to specify many alternative blocks of code to be executed according to the conditions given. That means if there are multiple conditions, then switch statement is used. Relational operators which are used are less than equal to, greater than equal to, double equal to, not equal to. Logical operators used are logical AND. If both the expressions are true, then this expression will be true, otherwise not. Logical OR, either of this expression 1 or expression 2 is true, then it will be true. And not logical NOT operator, it is true if expression is false and vice versa, just the opposite. This is the syntax of if-else statement. If, then you have the condition. If this condition which is in the if portion, if it is true, then the statements following if will be executed. If this condition is false, the else statements will be executed. Let's see a simple program. We are basically checking the age of a person, whether he is eligible to vote or not. So this is the program. Let's write down the if portion. If the age is equal to or greater than 18, then he is eligible to vote, otherwise not. Else then you close this brackets. Let's give an age, maybe 9, and just check is not eligible to vote. So if I give an age which is greater than equal to 18, obviously it will show me eligible to vote. We come back to the presentation. The next syntax is the if-else if ladder. That is, if there is a condition 1, if this is true, it will be this statements over here, they will be executed. If this is false, then we come to the next condition. There is another condition. So that is under else if. And this ladder, it continues. If, else if, else if, else if, you can go on writing as many else if you want. And the last is a else statement. If neither of them is true, then that else statement will be executed. Let's see a code. We are doing a grade check for the students to print the grades of a student according to a given criteria. If the marks, that means the marks of the students are given. If the marks is greater than equal to 80, the student scores a grade A. If the marks is greater than equal to 60 but less than 80, obviously it will be less than 80 because you have taken the condition over here greater than equal to 80 in the first condition. So the condition 2 is less than equal to 60 or less than 80. So it is B. Else if there is another condition, and the last one is D. If none of these conditions satisfy, the last one is D. There is another option, that is single if statements. You can go on writing the same statement as you have written over here. If, else if, else if, else if, that can be written as a single if statement. Like condition 1 we executes. If condition 2 is true, then this executes, and it goes on. And the last one is the else statement, which is an optional. You may write it, you may not write it. So we come to this where there is single if statement. The same problem on the marks and grade can be written with a single if statement. Here we are writing if statement and the corresponding system.out.println, and again this condition is given and we are printing this, and we went on. Just note we haven't written the else statement over here. It's just checking the condition and it's printing the grade D. We can compile this, and of course we can give any marks over here. Let's give 78. We can check the grade is B. We can again give some other marks, say 98, and check and get the grade as A, because if you remember we have taken the marks greater than equal to 80, the grade will be A. We go back to the presentation again. We come to the next option of nested if-else if statement. Now this is a bit complicated over here. We have a if statement, if-else statement in the outer if-else statement, and within this if-else statement we have another if-else condition given. So that is the nested if-else statement, and similarly we have written it over here. So that is it. If you want to write a nested if-else statement, you can write it. Next we come to the switch case statement. Switch case statements, as I've already told you, they are the ones where you have this multiple conditions are given, and you have that one condition will be chosen out of this multiple condition. So these are the specifications of a switch case statement, where the expression is evaluated once, the value of the expression is compared with the values of each case. If there is a match, the associated block of code is executed. And the most important thing in a switch case statement is the break statement, which indicates that a case has been done. When a break statement is reached, the switch terminates and the flow of control jumps to the next line following the switch statement. The break and default keywords are optional. Next, we have the syntax of the switch case statement. Please note we are having a variable over here with the switch statement. This variable carries the values of these cases. Now, if this variable is an integer, the case will have an integer value. If it's a character, the case will have a character value. Character values are written within single quotes. Each case is followed by a break. Now, if we don't have the break statement after each case, then we will have a condition which is known as fall through. And after all the cases are written, we have a default statement. That means if none of the cases are satisfied, then this default statement will be executed, followed by a break which is optional. Let's see a program. This is a program where we are trying to print the day of the week according to a given number. We are counting the days of the week from Monday, that is Monday is 1 and Sunday 7. So we have written the program like this, like case 1. If it is case 1, that means the value of day is 1, then it is Monday. If it is 2, then it is Tuesday. And if it is none of this from 1 to 7, then it is wrong choice. Now what happens when we run this program? Suppose we give the number as 5. Let's see which day it gives. It's Friday. So now I can give any number of the day as I want, and I will get the particular day of the week. Now what happens when I give the number 0 or 8, which is not mentioned in this case? It is only mentioned 1 to 7. So if I give 0 or 8, then what happens? Suppose I give 8 and I click on OK. It is wrong choice, and that was written in the default statement. That means if the values which are given in the case of switch case, if they don't match, then the default statement is executed. Now what is this fall through? When a break statement is reached, the switch terminates and the flow of control jumps to the next line following the switch statement. If no break appears, the flow of control will fall through to subsequent cases until a break is reached. This is fall through. Let's see the same program, fall through. There are no break, if you note, there are no break statements over here, and we are running this program. We give say 6. It should print us Saturday, Sunday, and wrong choice. That means we haven't given any break, so the case hasn't terminated, the switch hasn't terminated. It will terminate after it has printed all the subsequent cases. Six was Saturday, so it will print Saturday, Sunday, as well as the wrong choice in the default statement, and then it will terminate because we haven't given the break statement. What is the difference between if-else and switch case? If-else, depending on the condition in the if statement, if and else blocks are executed. And in switch case, the user will decide which statement will execute depending on the user choice. Because user is going to give a choice and there are multiple conditions, user will choose one, and if the condition matches, it will be executed. First, the condition is checked in if-else. If it is true, then the if block is executed. If it is false, the else block is executed. What happens in switch case? It executes one case after the other till it gets the break statement. And if the break statement is not found, I have just now showed you what happens, the fall through condition. For multiple choices, switch case is the best option.